This is Ritesh Srinivasan and welcome to my channel. Already OpenAI has collaborated with different organizations while building innovative products with GPT-4. So let's quickly look at these innovative products from these companies. So on the OpenAI GPT-4 product page, they have this built with GPT-4 where they have listed these companies like Duolingo, Be My Eyes, Stripe, Morgan Stanley, Khan Academy, and Government of Iceland. Okay, so each of this has a page. So let's go into Duolingo and look into what is their use case. So the idea over here is that Duolingo has now released a subscription tier called Duolingo Max, where they have two features. Okay, one feature is called as role play, which is an AI conversation partner, and the other one is explain my answer. So this AI conversation partner role play is like, suppose you want to learn French, right? So you can actually converse with the chatbot, okay, which assumes a role play like, practicing conversing in French with Oscar. So basically it's about ordering foods and drinks at a Parisian cafe. Okay, so the idea over here is that this role play can assume different roles and you can talk to it in the particular language which you want to learn. In this way, you can actually improve your language skills. The other one is explain my answer. The idea over here is that once a user answers a particular question, so the user can ask for explanation. So this explain my answer will explain the grammar and the rules of the language. Okay, so previously they tried with GPT-3, but they didn't feel that it was close to the point where they could confidently integrate to handle the complex automated aspect of chats. But with GPT-4 they are confident enough to do it, and that's what they have released it basically over here. Okay, the other one is, as I said, explain my answer, which explains the grammar, right? So it needs to teach the right grammar, because otherwise the user may incorrectly learn. Okay, so this is where they say that GPT-4 gives us far more confidence in the accuracy of AI responses in explain my answer. So this was the use of GPT-4 in Duolingo. Okay, what has Khan Academy done? So Khan Academy has an assistant called Khanmigo. Okay, to explore AI responsibly. So Khanmigo is actually like a assistant to the student. Okay, so whereby the student can actually ask questions and get explanations. Okay, for example, this example over here, can you help me with this? I don't know what to do first. Okay, this is the mathematical equation. So that's okay. It replies that remember that when you are evaluating an expression, you should follow the order of operations. Do you remember what the order of operations is? And then the conversation kind of continues. That's what is shown over here. Okay, so what is the order of and step by step you can actually then evaluate this expression. Okay, so it is about what they say over here is that students should think deeply about the content what they are learning, to think about questions like what did you answer that way, why did you answer that way, why do you think that's true. So it's kind of this assistant will help the student contextualize and the greater relevance of what they are studying. Okay, similarly for the what they want to do is that for the teachers, they are trying out different ways. For example, like writing classroom prompts or creating instruction material for lessons. They could use GPT-4 to get a snapshot of how every student in their class is doing on Khan Academy on any given day. So they want to try out this feature. Okay, currently they are looking at this particular virtual assistant. Okay, then the use case for Be My Eyes is, so Be My Eyes is a what do you call, a Danish startup which connects people who are blind or have low vision with volunteers. So the idea is that they want to develop or they have already developed a GPT-4 powered virtual volunteer with Be My Eyes app. So it can generate the same level of context and understanding as a human volunteer. So the use case is like maybe a blind person wants to understand what are the contents of their fridge. So they can use GPT-4, which can recognize and name what is in there. It also analyzes what you can make with those ingredients. So this is quite nice app. Okay, so that is the use case over here. how can you actually create a virtual assistant for the blind, because you have this multi-modal feature of GPT-4. Okay, so that is what they have done over here. Okay, then let's look at what Morgan Stanley has done. Okay, so the Morgan Stanley use case is quite straightforward. So basically what they are doing is that they are using GPT-4 as an internal chatbot on their knowledge base. Okay, so the idea is that there will be thousands of papers covering insights on capitals, market classes. So they'll have lots of internal knowledge, right? Knowledge base information. So how do you provide it in the form of a chatbot to the employees? That is where they are actually using GPT-4. So they have trained GPT-4 to make the internal chatbot as helpful as possible. More than 200 employees are querying the system on a daily basis and providing feedback, and based on that they are improving their system. Okay, so this is a standard use case for a lot of big corporates with lot of inbuilt knowledge which the employees needs to be trained on. So this is a very essential use case for large corporates. Okay, then you have Stripe. So what has Stripe done? So Stripe is wants to use GPT-4 to actually do fraud detection on, say, Discord based on analysis of the posts. Okay, so GPT-4 can help scan inbound communications, identify and coordinate activity from malicious actors. So one is fraud detection on community platforms. Okay, then they are also talking about AI for their docs. So basically, again, just like the use case of Morgan Stanley, it is about you have documentation of Stripe, and as a user of Stripe, I would want to understand some features of Stripe, or I want to understand, how do I integrate Stripe API and things like that. So the Stripe docs are now powered by GPT-4. So you can have a chat kind of an interface to understand more about Stripe docs. Okay, so that's the idea over here. If you look at generating summary from the following sources, it's how can you make these docs more interactive. Okay, then you have government of Iceland. Okay, so what are they using for GPT-4? So what they say is that it is used to preserve its language. Okay, Icelandic is dear to Icelanders' heart, so the government maintains a language planning department that coins Icelandic terms for new ideas rather than adapting loan words from other languages. Okay, GPT-4 to use the preservation effort and to define the partner and services new corner. Okay, so what is the real product over here? Opportunity to become a trailblazer. Okay. Accordingly, most of the training is in English, which means GPT doesn't have the model, but they don't provide clear Icelandic translations. So English to Icelandic. So it's basically for the translation. Okay. So they are using this for the translation. Okay. What else is there over here? Okay. So what they are saying is that they are using reinforcement learning with human feedback to improve this Icelandic translation using GPT-4. So GPT-4 gives a different answer to the same question depending on which language you ask it. Okay. So yeah, so they're talking about that over here. So improving Icelandic translation. Okay. Also develop something like voice assistant apps. Okay. Using GPT-4. Okay. So these were some of the interesting use cases or products which have been developed with GPT-4. I'm sure there will be many more products which will come up in the future. Okay. So there are other customers also which have been listed over here, but I don't see any click links over here to see what they have developed. But yeah, so I hope this video on usage of GPT-4 in products useful for you. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting the link of this page in the description of the video. You can go and check out these various other links as well. See you in another video.